it's me. You know I'm trying to live my life. It's your boy Double H. It's your boy Double H with a limonada. That means I don't drink nada and I don't take nada. And I'm riding with some Hello Panda. Tra-da, ta-da. Yeah, it's the kid. It's the child. It's the golden paper king. It's the one and only, the number one football analyst in the world, guys. I bid you a wonderful, wonderful Friday night. I hope and I plead with us that we're going to have a great show tonight because this show is the weekend preview. Beyond just a weekend preview, this is also about, talking about a few things because just before I got on here, Isco. Which is crazy. So look, let's just get straight down into it. But before we go straight down, I feel I've got to do this, I feel I've got to do this, because it's a new month, so a happy new month. But before I do that, how was everyone's Halloween? What did people do? What did people do for Halloween? I didn't. In Nigeria, so I don't know how many Nigerians are actually in the live chat today, but in Nigeria we don't celebrate Halloween. So growing up in Nigeria, like Halloween was never seen as a thing. It was just seen as very much like a witchcraft kind of ghoulish kind of celebration, man. So I've never really been like a Halloween guy, but some of the costumes that I did see were actually quite interesting to say the very least, man. Let me just get that in there. Okay, cool. So yo, Josh, what up, Josh? Hello to a Patreon member, Josh, who says it was ass. It was raining. Had threads thrown at me. Who celebrates Halloween anymore, bro? Living in England, obviously, if I was in Nigeria, it would be different. But living in England, trust me, people over here take Halloween very, very, very seriously. And no, I will not be adhering to No Not November. That's not happening, man. So maybe you can do that, but nah. I shall not be doing the no. I shall be doing the opposite of No Not November. That's not happening. But yeah, man. So happy Halloween for any people that did Halloween. And look, this is a new month and a new way of riding through. No, I haven't seen flipping what's it called, Doctor Sleep, because I don't watch horror movies, So that's my thing. Like I don't want a flipping guy, because the real thing about Halloween is this. This is what I said to someone. There'll be times where I'll just be walking through the streets or on the subway, and I'd see someone bleeding. And my first thing is shock. Then I'm about to bring up the phone. I'm like, my gosh, I need to call the paramedic. Someone is bleeding, only to find it's a costume. So it's like, so it is weird because I don't even know whether someone is actually in trouble or whether because trust me, within every single year, these Halloween costumes get more and much more elaborate, which is completely and utterly crazy, man. So before we just really get into our main thing here, as I say to people, actually, I need to actually update this, which is the Patreon. It's a new month for the Patreon, and we have a new tier in the Patreon. Remember, Patreon is a platform where you can support your boy. This is how you support your boy HH. Get me living, allow me to eat, allow me to live, allow me to breathe. So whether you're a $1 Patreon, $5 Patreon, $10, or a husband $20, it is all obliged. So I just feel it is right, before we go into our main show, is to list the names of all of the people who have helped me and contributed towards the Patreon platform. And hopefully there's a way for you bricks to get your asses over on that platform and support your boy HH, man, the sexiest football analyst in the world. So how are we going to do this? Active patrons, okay. So I'm just going to list out the names of the guys who've really been, who've sort of been part of this whole Patreon Majidi. So we've had Mr. Azid Byrne, Aaron Burrell, Alama Mola, Andre Johnson, Aman Zabihi, Atsuro Villarreal, Asihi Folo, Christian, Colo 99, Dave Pepra, Dino, Duarte, Equal Outcome, Evans, who just recently joined. What a baby. What does that say? What's it called? Fortune Ocheberi, Ikechukwu Azogu, Ivan Delgado, Ivan Hackstock, JJ Samuel, Genie Barimema, Jonas Philbeck, Josh Byrne, Mac. Oh, no, he's got that client. Your boy Mo, Moada, Niger Boy 23, Patrick Beck, Patrick Pobajiu, Paul Reynolds, Rasinarotu, Red Foreman, Richard Lajaj. Oh, and I think there's even one on the other page. So yes, Saban Hassan, Sabda El Dilemi, Saswat Pani, Scott Fitzgerald, Suleiman Sweaty Betty. So yeah, so congrats and just thank you for all of those guys who've been contributing. I'll probably put out another video giving you a bit more detail as to the kinds of things that you get in the previous test, because again, it's the daily blog where I just put out the blog of my thoughts, whether it's football or non-football related, exclusive videos, and also what I'll be doing. People have been asking for this now for the Horseman here, which is what I've been working on. You'll be getting the podcast, so all the audio, downloadable audio of the hangouts, of the live shows will be able to be downloadable for the top $20 tier, and also you will also get a backlog of old videos. So all the old videos that can pretty much rustle up and get up in there, you'll also be getting access to those videos as well as behind the scenes of your boy HH and all those various kind of stuff. But really, the partner just had to help your boy, man, because my main aim with this football hot is I don't want to work for anyone. I don't want to work for anyone. I despise working for people. I despise taking orders, which is why I hated school. I despise school because I had to listen to people. I had to do what other people say. I hate anybody that knows me. I despise having to listen to what people say. I have to make my own choices. So my dream for this one has begun since 2010 is I want to work for myself and for this to be my main source of income. And that's just what I hope to be. So that is what I shall be striving to do. I've been ups and downs. I've been wanting to quit this thing for many times, but I've not. So who cares? Let's get down to some footballing goodness right now. Isco. So I want to start first with Isco. So apparently Isco wants to leave. It doesn't surprise me at all that Isco would want to leave. How long can you go disrespecting this dude? And there's been so many times where I've looked at Real Madrid and be like, there's not much creativity happening. Yes, you're playing James Rodriguez in the number 10 role, but he looks cool. But I believe that James Rodriguez has only looked good when he's played for Colombia, and maybe it's a case of like, even if you play him in his right role, there's just something about the Colombia system and that setup that way he just looks a lot better for Colombia than he does for Real Madrid. So it doesn't make it really doesn't surprise me that Isco will want to leave. And the thing about Isco is that it may not have worked out here for him. He may not have fitted in here. He may have some abject performances where he's not really been present within games. He's too talented of a player to ignore. He's too talented. Like, if I have a team, I am figuring out a way to have Isco. But I think that for someone like Isco, he has to fit into a specific rhythm of a team. Like, Isco wouldn't really work for Liverpool because they play a faster, more high intense kind of game. Isco would be really dangerous for Man City. Under Pep Guardiola, Isco would be extremely dangerous, like, because he would easily take that David Silva role very well. And I think that might be it. I really think that, could he? I mean, Tottenham. I don't know. I don't think that he would really flourish under what Pochettino's about. But I just think for Pep Guardiola's team, he'd flourish. I think he may do well under Sarri. Because I wasn't sure that he'd fit at Juventus, but the way the house Sarri wants to play, very technical, and Dybala has not been playing like is playing like a flicking brick. I think he would actually work well in that setup under Sarri. So they're obviously going to lose him. It is what it is, but I think that this is what I always say to guys. Which would you rather do? Be a bit time player for a big team or a starter for a mid-tier team? And I think it's what Danny Ceballos has already made that decision, because Danny Ceballos was like, why am I going to be a bit part player at Real Madrid? I know it's Real Madrid. I know I love the club and everything, but why would I want to be a bit part player? Whereas I can be a starter for Arsenal. And if your boy Moreno, the Spain coach, is looking at trying to now build a team, he's not looking for a guy who is a bit part player for a Real Madrid or Barcelona. He's looking for, like, who are the Spanish players who are playing regularly and playing well. Playing well and playing regularly, so I can see them on a consistent basis. And Danny Ceballos is a regular, pretty much a regular starter for Arsenal, and I think that for him he'd be doing well. Um, so before we just go into the games, so obviously I put up my thoughts on the whole Xhaka thing, man. And look, I think with Xhaka, it's pretty much about, you have to understand his reaction. His reaction makes sense. There is a line that you cannot cross, and it doesn't matter how much you pay. It doesn't matter how much of a fan you are. If you cross a certain line, you know, bruh, like, so because you're a mega fan, you're a mega huge fan, you can now insult someone's family. I mean, is that where we're now reaching society? So because you're a mega fan, you can now, it gives you the right to insult someone's family. Really, is that where we've now reached in society? That's ridiculous. I mean, that's just going way too deep. It's going way too deep, and I think just that is just being exceedingly foolish, and exceedingly harsh. If you're now insulting someone's family and so forth. So I don't really get how that works. Yeah. But you're still a captain, still the leader. But I think a good point. Someone made a very good point. He should make a point of, I want to apologize to those good Arsenal fans, those loyal Arsenal fans. There is no way he should have to, whether captain or not, whether he should apologize to those dim-witted lowlifes who are insulting his family. No matter how crap a player plays. Look, I hate that dude who missed that open goal for Nigeria. I hate that dude. Okay, I will not name his name. All my insults are about that dude. I'm not going to insult that dude personally. I'm not going to insult that dude's family. But you missed an open goal in a World Cup game. I deserve and have all the right in the world to insult you. But I do not have any. What does your family have to? What does your family have to do with you performing badly in fishnet ball? It's fishnet ball. Why does your family have to be involved in you performing badly in fishnet ball? It doesn't make any sense. So let's look at the games coming through. There's not really a large game. I mean, what would you guys? Because obviously, I've put up Watford, Chelsea, and Madrid against Real Betis, but I don't think there are any kind of large games. I suppose if we're going to argue, it's perhaps Arsenal Wolves. So what are you guys saying with regards to Arsenal against Wolves? Where's my flipping dashboard? What are you guys saying with regards to? Yeah, look, I know Iheanacho is trash. Okay, relax. He's trash. He's trash. So celebrities get hate on social media all the time and don't react like Xhaka. Are you comparing virtual hate to thousands of people and particular individuals shouting abuse at you from a few yards away in reality? Because for me, I've always said that I've never understood cyberbullying. Cyberbullying makes no sense to me. That's just me. Like, cyberbullying makes absolutely no sense to me. So if you're saying about that, I'm like, I don't know. So let's just look at some of these previews happening here. So let's bring up this old. Let's bring this up, shall we? Okay. Hopefully this will work. Bear with me while I try and bring up this bad boy. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So Hopefully you can see this, and hopefully I hope this thing is not breaking up. Um, so Bournemouth, United, West Ham, Newcastle, Villa, Liverpool, Arsenal, Wolves, Sheffield United, Burnley, Brighton, Norwich, Man City, Southampton, Watford, Chelsea. Those are the games for tomorrow. So I suppose the most interesting game has to be Arsenal against Wolves. I think Wolves look to have maybe gotten themselves back into rhythm. And I'll be real with you, that game can really go either way because you're dealing with an Arsenal side, especially based off what happened to them against Liverpool, and with the whole Xhaka thing, it's going to be crazy. Although Xhaka has now been removed from the squad, I think that was the right thing to do. Why he's not already been stripped of the captaincy, I have no idea. But I think him being removed from the squad, that is the least that Emery could have done. But I just feel that based off what happened in that Liverpool game, this Arsenal Wolves game, it's really dicey. And I think if you're Wolves, you have to feel confident that you can maybe try and take something from Arsenal in this game. So if I was to give a prediction here, man, I mean, see, that's the thing with Emery is this. Can you just somehow not try and just play a slightly more contained game? Slightly. Because my fear with Emery is that, well done for winning those 3 Europa Leagues, but I believe that you actually only have a plan A. I really don't think this guy has a plan B. This guy generally does not have a flipping plan B. So, bro, I don't know why I see that becoming 2-2. I really look at that at becoming 2-2. I think Wolves can get some goals. So I think that becoming 2-2. So for the early game, Bournemouth against United. Now, Bournemouth are pretty strong at home. I mean, let's see where Bournemouth are right now in the table. Oh, wow. Well, how did United jump up to 7th? So Bournemouth and United are both level on points, 13 points. This is the battle for mid-table supremacy. So 10, 11, 12, 13. But United are 7th, but they're only 4 points off of the... Oh, wait a minute. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Arsenal are only 7 points from relegation. Interesting. So, yeah, Bournemouth, man. At home, could Bournemouth win this? United are on a nice little run, and I do think that maybe Rashford is on a nice scoring run. So Rashford may actually get that G. I'll probably say I think United sneak this 1-0. I think United sneak it 1-0. I think they sneak it somehow 1-0. Liverpool will be Liverpool. I mean, sorry, Liverpool will be Villa. Easy. 2-0. 2-0 to Liverpool. What's for City against Southampton? Now, this is worrisome. Because Southampton are coming off the back of a flipping shakedown in Chinatown. So, I think once you're coming in like that, I think this is going to be a far more defensive and very, very careful Southampton side. City will still beat them, but I just don't think that City will overrun them. So I think you'll probably see 2-0 or maybe 2-0, 3-0. Yeah, maybe 3-0. Maybe 3-0. City get a 3-0 win. So Watford up against Chelsea, man. Watford up against Chelsea. You see, let me just check the table where Watford are right now. Okay, this has to be a win, man. You see, this is one of those games where if Chelsea don't sort of win this game, then that's why because look, I think Chelsea can get that PL. Okay, I think Chelsea can get that Premier League title. I like the way this team is rolling. I get that they lost against United, but I think the way this team is rolling, I think they can get that W. So, Chelsea, yo, Rams, why are you laughing? Why? I didn't crack a joke. So why are you laughing? I did not crack a joke. So wait. Let me check. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Chelsea are on 20 points. Liverpool are on 28 points. 8 points. So are you saying that 8 points is not insurmountable? So 8 points. So Chelsea are still in the title race. 8 points is not insurmountable. So please, 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 please have some respect. Have some respect. Um, but yeah, I think no, no. Chelsea should. I don't think Chelsea will destroy um, Watford. So I'm looking at maybe you know what I'm looking at. Like, I'm going to be fair here. 2-1, 2-1. You know, I'm looking at a 2-1 result here. Terry would never call me a hipster because Terry is the living epitome of a hipster because Terry dresses like a hipster. So yeah, so I think 2-1 there for those boys there. So Chelsea should get that W. Let's look at La Liga right now. You know, I mean, it's like, why? See, okay, look, I get that these Catalans want to riot and everything and say what's up. I get that, and I'm all for a riot. I'm all for a riot. But did you have to riot on El Clasico weekend? Did that have to happen? Um, Actually, let me quickly. Are Levante good now? Well, Levante are 11, so Barca play Levante away. That's the 3 p.m. game. So obviously we come view that on Premier Sports. Barca will win that. 2-0. 2-0. Even if it's away, I have no idea. I don't care. It's going to be 2-0. Sevilla, Atletico Madrid now. That's a tasty game. That is a very tasty game. Where are Sevilla right now? So Sevilla, ooh, very tasty. So Sevilla 5th, Atletico are 4th. Very nice. That will be very nice on Premier Sports. So looking at that. Um, Sevilla, Atletico Madrid. I think that has 1-1 all over it. So that's going to be a draw. I don't see either side winning. It's going to be a draw. It might even be 0-0. I might even go for 0-0. I might even actually go for a 0. You know, I'm going to go for a 0-0. I think they may cancel each other out. And then of course you've got Real Madrid against Real Betis. Where the hell are Betis in the table? 16th. Real should win. Real should win. So look. So yeah, it is very. How are Granada? Granada are third. How are Granada third? Wait, can someone explain to me how the hell Granada have now become third? Because, because basically I know all of the teams, all of the La Ligas, because I know it's your boys Elche, it's your boys what's it called? Because of which, so Elche are in this Segunda division. Guess who Elche lost 2-0 against? Let me see what the guys in the live chat say. Guess who Elche lost 2-0 against in the Segunda division? Just guess. So, yeah, man. Ow, ow, ow. They lost to, yeah. Huesca, man. Yeah, Huesca. They lost to Huesca. Because I don't know. Is it like why is it that these La Liga teams, their names just sound more like bricks than anyone? Like for me, it's like even if you say like Braunschweig or Evian or Pescara, they don't sound as bad as like Huesca or there's just something about Huesca and Elche. But you know what it is? I think it's because of how badly they got lashed up. That's why it just seems a lot worse. It's just like because they got lashed up a lot better. So, it was crazy. So, guys, I tell you, these things are quality. Hello Pandas, quality. So, so Real Betis at home. I'll say 2-0. I'll say 2-0. I think, yeah, 2-0. I think maybe Benzema scores and then Benzema creates another. So I'm going to say a 2-0 good old thing for thingy. So apparently PSG lost. That is what you guys are saying, and they lost. So Bundesliga. Let's see what's going on in the Bundesliga. Um, Bayern away to Frankfurt, Dortmund at home to Wolfsburg. So those are the main games. I don't trust Dortmund, and Wolfsburg are doing pretty well. Wolfsburg are doing pretty well, but okay, I think it's changed now. So, guys, look at this. This is crazy. So this is the Bundesliga. 9 points separates first and 12th. Look at that. Mönchengladbach 19 points, Bayern 18, Freiburg 17, Wolfsburg 17, Hoffenheim 17, Dortmund 16, Leipzig 15. That's close. That is close. And it's like, guys, let's just be real here. No offense to Mönchengladbach, but Mönchengladbach are not flipping within the Bundesliga. So when if Bayern could just get their heads straight and be focused and do their thing, it's going to be a simple win. And I believe, is this going to be 6 in a row or 7 in a row if Bayern win? I think it might be 6 in a row. Club football is a joke, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but club football is it's a flipping joke. So still 1 point ahead for Juve. Cristiano with that quality penalty. I love Cristiano, guys. So just chill out. Napoli are done. So forget those guys. I mean, look at it. They're on 18 points. Look, they're what's there? 8 points behind Juventus. Look, it's over those guys. So Juve 26, Inter Milan on 25, Atalanta on 21. Yeah, two-horse race. Although, bro, man, give it up for you. This is why Gasperini. Atalanta are doing some work. To be ahead of Roma, Lazio, Napoli, Fiorentina. And there we have Milan. Milan on 10th for Milan. So Inter Milan are away to Bologna. That's a 5 p.m. game. And the 7:45 p.m. game, of course, that's the derby. Torino up against Juventus. So I expect Juventus to pretty much easily take that, especially with Cristiano back. So probably looking at like maybe a 1-0 there by Juventus. 1-0 clean, or maybe like a 2-0. Inter Bologna, I think Inter take that 1-0. 1-0 away. And for Inter, bro, just keep riding, man. Just keep riding away. Just keep doing your flipping thing, man. So, time for Q&A, guys. So, guys, I am at your service right now. I am at thy service. Send in those questions, guys. Send in those questions, and then I will try and do my best, my humble best, to try and answer your lovely quality questions, man. So send in those questions. Yeah, what's it called? So Roma say that they want to now sign Chris Smalling, and for Chris Smalling, congrats. Look at the crapness that's happening at United right now. Chris Smalling made the right decision. And this is weird. So for United, you sell Smalling, you keep Jones. Why? They're both bad. But Jones is really bad. And Jones is really bad. So, how good were Romania in 1994? They were amazing. Romania were amazing. For Chelsea fans out there, do you guys remember Dan Petrescu? Quality player. Then another who can I don't remember, but Georgie Hadji was amazing. You know, could remember the '94 World Cup was my very first World Cup. That was the World Cup that Nigeria qualified for and everything. And that is the one that I really remember. And I just remember like, the two surprise teams were like Sweden were semi surprised, but they had sort of been had a pedigree of reaching the final in 50, no, I think they were in the final, or yeah, the final in 58 where Brazil beat them. I think there was this um Romania and Bulgaria with the surprise packages because they had very little World Cup pedigree, and I believe this this was their first times ever in the World Cup. Because remember, this was during the time where you slowly saw the breakup of the USSR and Russia and everything. So places like Romania and Sweden and Bulgaria, these were newly formed countries. So yes, obviously, but but Hadji was amazing. Hadji was flipping amazing, and wait, who did Romania lose to again? Okay, yeah, they lost to Sweden because Romania beat Argentina. I think Romania beat Argentina on penalties. Then Romania lost to Sweden. Then Sweden then obviously lost to Brazil in the semis, man. Yeah, you said that about the native earthing about the Colombian player that got killed. So his name was Escobar. Obviously, he got killed because he scored the own goal and everything. But people say it may have actually been much more about the own goal. So whenever we used to play football in Nigeria, and somebody would score an own goal, they wouldn't say own goal. They'd just go Escobar, Escobar, Escobar. So basically, Escobar was own goal whenever we played football in Nigeria. So he became synonymous with scoring an own goal. But yeah, that was wild, man. That was completely honestly wild, man. Wait, who am I sleeping on, man? See, I'm sleeping on someone. Who will the NBA MVP be? Regular season or postseason? Actually, no, let's regular season. Regular season. Wait, what's his name again? Oh my god, why have I forgotten his name? The guy that just got the guy that was at OKC, who just got transferred to the Rockets. Quality player, triple double king. Um, Come on, guys, help me out here. It could be him. It could be the Greek freak, Westbrook. Westbrook. Thank you, guys. Westbrook. I think it might be Westbrook because I was going to say Harden because Harden is a regular season merchant, but I think Westbrook could really flourish for this. So I think yeah, Westbrook is going to be that dude, man. Cruyff, you see, let me tell you something about Cruyff. You see, I remember when I was in school and I read Cruyff's book. And this was like basically like I think this was like the book about like basically Dutch football and about total football and his philosophy on football and everything. Cruyff was sort of a much more of a revolutionary with regards to footballing philosophy, and obviously the way he played the game and everything. I'll never put Cruyff as one of the greats of the game. Anybody that puts Cruyff on the same level as either a Maradona or a flipping Rivaldo or a Pele are crazy. He's not on that level. I think Cruyff's greatest. I can remember Cruyff. I believe you got to two finals and you flopped in both. Two back-to-back World Cup finals, flopped in both. Or maybe were you only in one? But what he did for I think his greatest achievement is what he did for Barcelona and the footballing philosophy he brought for Barcelona. Because maybe people say no, tiki taka wasn't birthed by Pep Guardiola. This whole passing thing, it's Cruyff, and that's a Dutch team from the 70s. They created the passing game. They created the whole concept of pressing with several numbers. That whole was done by the Dutch team in the 70s. They cultivated it. So I think Cruyff, the big deal of Cruyff is what he did for footballing formation and tactics and footballing philosophy. But on the pitch, he was he wasn't a legend. So Brian KOO2, thank you for the £2 super chat. Well, but you retracted your message. So I don't know whether you want to ask the message again, Brian, because I think you asked something about Sterling and a 40-goal season. So if you want to ask that again, I will most humbly give it to you. So can a 4-4-2 work with 2 DMs and 4 attacking players? So 4-4-2. So 2 DMs. Okay. You know what? Let's have some fun, shall we? So let's bring this up. Tactics creator. Let's have some fun on let's have some fun on Friday night, and it feels so right. Okay, so you're saying, what's this guy saying? 4-4-2 with 2 DMs and 4 attacking players. 2 DMs and 4 attacking players. So 2 DMs and 4 attacking players. Well, the thing here about this is it's can't work. I like the idea because obviously your idea is obviously long ball. Hit it straight and overwhelm the opposition with these your 4 attacking players. So if you maybe want to even ride like this, if you want to go modern, that's like your false 9. This is like your number 10 dude, and these are your inside forwards. If you want to go old school, these are your 2 attacking dudes out here. Boom, 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 and then obviously these are your wingers or everything. But you have to have a presence here. The DM and the role of the DM, they are limited technically. It's not trying to say anything, but they're limited technically. So it's pretty much having like 2 Makelele. Makelele wasn't the most technically gifted players, but he was great at the DM role. So having two DMs, there's no point, because this is the middle of the pitch. This middle of the picture is one of the most important aspects of football. So you have to have a midfield presence, and having 2 midfielders is crazy. It's crazy. So I think it wouldn't work, and I think it's too risky. Even if you had 4 amazing attacking players, it's not worth the risk to forego that midfield battle. So I would have a no-go there, man. So what the guy saying, man? Yeah, man, everyone loves the tactical snack. Okay, so again, £2 super chat from Brian KOO2. Do you think Sterling can have a 40-goal season? So Brian KOO2, thank you very much. Very, very thankful for your £2 super chat donation. Do you think Sterling can have a 40-goal season? Now, 40 goals. So obviously, you obviously mean 40 goals in all competitions. It's possible, but I think it's doubtful. But I think it is very possible, because obviously, if you're saying in all competitions, he's obviously gotten 20+ goals in the Premier League. City always go deep inside the cup competitions, so 10. Maybe 7, 10, 11, maybe 7, 10 in the FA Cup. It's been another 4, 5, 6 in the Carabao Cup. If they go deep into the Champions League, maybe that's like, let's see, like another 7, 8, 9. So it's possible. I think it is very possible. And the thing about this is that, remember, he's improving. Last season was his best season. Season before was already his best season. And the way he's even began the season and been scoring this season, this looks to be another improvement. So I think it is very likely, if he keeps improving at the rate that he's improving, it's going to be very likely that he gets that 40-goal season. So yeah, I think he will, as long as he stays in this Pep Guardiola system. This Pep Guardiola system and how he has coached him and how he fits into what Guardiola has created, is conducive into him being effective and getting these goals. So he has to stay within the system for him to pretty much ride. Thoughts on Martinelli? Looks really good. Looks really good. But who do you play him for? Who do you play Martinelli for? Has maybe people was because Aubameyang has to always play. See, Aubameyang I think is the first name on the team sheet. I think for Arsenal, Aubameyang is the first name on the team sheet. Guendouzi is the second name on the team sheet, and everyone else has to fight for the scraps. So Aubameyang, Guendouzi, then you look at everything. Some may say that, like I said, has maybe gone off the boil. So do you want to be inventive and say, you know what, let's try two strikers, Martinelli and Aubameyang. Let's try Martinelli as a striker. Let's move Aubameyang out wide, which I think is always very stupid. Aubameyang is one of the great goal scorers in Europe. Play him in his strongest position as a striker. Can Martinelli now walk out wide? I'm not too sure. So it's based on, see, if Martinelli was like a defender, oh my gosh, please get into this team straight away. But as a striker with the players that they already have, you know, Arsenal already are fluent in attackers, I think it's going to be tough. But I would introduce him into the bench. He's been scoring too many goals to ignore him. And look at how well Willock has fit into the first team. Look at how well Xhaka has fit into the first team. I think if it's a case where, okay, it's a tie game, Aubameyang hasn't scored. Oh, Aubameyang has scored. He's scored a hat-trick. You have a Europa League game in a few days. Bring him off. Bring in Martinelli. Because this is what works in Football Manager. This is what they always say in Football Manager. If you want to improve your young players, play them in senior team games. They won't improve playing against poor opposition or being playing in the juniors. If you want that your young player to improve, play them in the biggest possible games, and that is how you can improve upon them. That is crazy. Raheem is only 24, man. Prime Boateng or Prime Van Dijk? Prime Boateng. He won a World Cup. Was Boateng in the Bayern treble team? Was it okay? Was it? Because it was, like, I know it was Dante. Was one of this? Was it Dante Boateng or Dante and Van Boyten or something? Was so was it Boateng and Dante in the Bayern treble team? Cool. Okay, yeah. See, yes, Prime Boateng, because when you look at Jerome Boateng now, it's very easy to be like, okay, look at this guy, he's trash, he's useless. And yeah, he is in the Brick Academy right now because everyone declines. Everyone declines. Boateng at his peak was an international caliber defender. Many would argue he was probably man of the match in that World Cup. He pocketed Messi. Like, the guy kept Messi under wraps. He kept Messi under wraps for 120 minutes. 120 minutes he kept that dude under wraps. Yes, I know it's my chest is hairy. I know. I'm a very hairy dude. He kept him under wraps. So Prime Boateng was quality. In an amazing defender who has a World Cup medal and a treble to speak for it, and he was very, very important for that treble and for that flipping World Cup, man. Yes, you see, I am waiting for but people have said on Twitch that they want me to do like a Football Manager live stream, so I may have to download football. So Football Manager is on the Mac. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. So can you get Football Manager on the Mac? If you can, then yeah, I mean, we might just be seeing a bit of Football Manager on the Mac, you know. So yeah, I will probably have to do some Football Manager live stream, but I always, without fail, I always get Football Manager on mobile. Always, whenever I commute, I always get Football Manager on my mobile. Always get it always. Have you played? So two recommendations. I think you can get this on the Google Play Store. Football Chairman and I think it's Football Agents. Two really addictive games. Very very basic. Not nowhere near as deep as Football Manager, but two very very deep games. Two very very deep games, and definitely worth the shout. Worth the shout. Um, if you think Rivaldo is better than Cruyff, you're insane. I'm not one that looks at achievement because if we're talking about achievements, Homeboy doesn't stand a chance. Cruyff doesn't stand a chance. Let's look on as far as ability. Do you know how good Rivaldo was? Apart from the Cruyff turn, what the hell did Cruyff? What else did Cruyff do? Cruyff as a manager, enough said. Apart from the Cruyff turn, what did Rivaldo? What else did Cruyff do? Do you know the kinds of goals that Rivaldo scored? Do you know the kinds of things that Rivaldo did on the pitch? Do you know how this guy was pretty much single-handedly carrying Barcelona by himself with no help? No peak Xavi, no peak Iniesta, no peak Puyol. He was carrying that Barca side by himself. Just him and Xavi, but really him by himself. Do we want to talk about it? Does Cruyff have a Valencia hat-trick game? The greatest hat-trick of all time. The greatest hat-trick of all time by Rivaldo. Does he have that? So, bruh, don't. Don't. Okay, Cruyff isn't sniffing Rivaldo. Cruyff isn't sniffing Rivaldo. Okay, so please don't give me that, man. Don't give me that. I mean, the disrespect to Rivaldo, man. The disrespect. You know, the football chairman is really. Yeah, no, basically, football chairman is. You know what I've always said? Just I've never had the time. There is a truly great football game to be made that hasn't been made yet. It's like a did, okay, maybe I'll don't steal my idea, but maybe you guys will steal my idea. Do you know what my pitch would be? Do you guys remember Tamagotchi? I don't know how old some of you guys are, but do you remember Tamagotchi? You know, so this is my pitch would be Football Manager crossed with The Sims, crossed with Tamagotchi, where the running of the football club happens in real time. And you literally have to be hands-on with the operation and the workings of your football club. You know, and so during each day's training is a particular kind of thing that you have to do. Players misbehaving, players not playing well, players arguing with other guys, different transfers, working on different transfers, different negotiations and so forth. It's a day-to-day thing that you have to worry about. So at 4 p.m. you have to handle your thing because something will buzz, and if you miss a message, boom, you've missed a message. So that whole thing of where events take place in real time, and this is the daily workings of it. It's not working, but I just think that there is a really good quality football game to be made that I think combines Tamagotchi with The Sims, and I think that would be quality, man. You know, I think that would be pretty quality, man. Um, look, man, bro. Like I tell you, Tamagotchi, Neo Geo, Game Gear, Jurassic Park on. So I say Jurassic Park on Game Gear, Neo Geo, the 3DO. Who played the 3DO? Okay, so this is a who played the flipping 3DO? Wait, and also, did anybody play actual soccer? And South Africa, England World Cup, Rugby World Cup. I think South Africa can end it, but I think that can go either way. I think that can go either way. I think that's going to be a very, very close game. I think that's going to be a very, very close game, man. Um, Remember, guys, hit those likes, guys. Hit those likes, baby. Hit those flipping likes. Hit those flipping likes, man. Mourinho to Arsenal. All right. So look, I think I said this during this whole Emery thing. It's time for Arsenal to take a drastic turn. Well, no, not drastic, but to take much more of a bigger change. Because since the Wenger days, and look at that, because Wenger had like a 20-year span where he was Arsenal manager, and even Emirates has come in. I think they need to go back to maybe being not fully defensive, but much more disciplined in defense. Like, so Mourinho coming into this Arsenal team, I'll tell you this though. Mourinho would improve them defensively, but again, he needs to buy players. But I'll tell you this: Mourinho didn't have a finisher like Aubameyang at United. Tell you that. What do you want to say? Lukaku, Sanchez, Martial, Rashford. He didn't have a finisher like Aubameyang. Give Mourinho a finisher. Obviously, he needs other pieces, but give him a good quality finisher. He can do something. He can do something. He can do something. So on the face of it, it doesn't feel like if a Mourinho and Arsenal will work. On the face of it, it just doesn't feel like if it will work. But you never know. You never know. You never know, man. What are you guys saying, man? Oh, so you want Uncle Mo? What does it say? Okay, I don't know what this guy is saying, man. He said Rashford is not a striker. So if Rashford is not a striker, what is he then? Like, see this, and I think this is what I think even Terry needs to sort of clarify. And I even was even saying to Nix, if he's not a striker, what is he? He ain't an inside forward. I know what inside forwards look like, and I know how inside forwards play. He ain't no inside forward. If he's an inside forward, he's a crap inside forward. He ain't that great a winger. He ain't that great a winger. So surely he has to be a striker. Because when he's been played out wide, how good has he been as a wide player? Not too good. And then look, whatever I said with Rashford is that, look, bro, Rashford will never be world class. That is my assessment. If I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong, and I'll apologize. But based on my assessment as a football analyst, I don't think that we'll ever see a way where he's where he will be a quality player. But so that's just my 10 cents on the whole matter there. Pick Ozil or pick De Bruyne? Pick Ozil. Pick Ozil. Pick Ozil. Because let's remember, peak. What's okay. I don't want to go there because pick De Bruyne is flipping amazing. Pick De Bruyne is flipping amazing, man. But pick Ozil was a creative playmaking genius. I ain't calling De Bruyne a playmaking genius. Pick De Bruyne is amazing quality. I say tier 1. Pick Ozil, that guy was a playmaking creative genius. Josh, thank you, bro. Peace, Josh. I'll see you on Sunday, man. See you on Sunday, bro. Peace out. So he was So peak Ozil was amazing. Like, if I'm a striker, a peak Ozil is literally a godsend because this guy sees passes that no one else sees. And just his technique, his touch, the way he will deliver that ball, quality. Just ask Real Madrid fans, and what he did in 2010 I remember when I just seeing him in 2010 and what he was able to do. I was like, wow, this guy's quality. From Marvin Bokai, no, from Marvin Bokier. Marvin Bokier, 199 super chat. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the 199 super chats. How great is Lucio? Career wise, I don't think Lucio had a great career. I wouldn't call Lucio one of the great defenders. I mean, when you think of great defenders, Nesta, Baresi, remember, great central defenders, Cannavaro, Desailly, Thuram, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry. These are what I call the true great central defenders, legendary central defenders. I wouldn't call Lucius a great central defender who can enter that category. But if you want to talk about performance over like a campaign, performance over a season, what Lucio did in 09 to 2010 was incredible. Maybe that's another interesting question. Yeah, let's play this. Let's play this. I thank you for opening up this question, Mr. Marvin. I thank you for the super chats. The greatest central defensive pairing. Let me even capture this. Greatest central defensive pairing. Let's go. Let's see what the live chat says. Greatest central defensive pairing. Lucio Samuel was tough. That Lucio Samuel thing was very tough, and I think Lucio, that was an amazing season, and I think that is one of the great seasons for a central defender. So Lucio Samuel is a tough central defender. So, but just answering your question, Lucio isn't a great, but he had a great season, and he had one of the great seasons for a central defender in 09 to 2010. Bro, I don't think you can go better than Terry and Rio Ferdinand. Pick John Terry and pick Rio Ferdinand, you can't get past them. You couldn't get past those guys. Those guys were flipping incredible. Hence why England always lost on penalties. Because England weren't scoring, they weren't conceding either. So because the thing about Rio and Terry were they were physical. You had the mobility of Rio. You had the toughness and the brutality of John Terry. And they were just very difficult to get past. And I even remember whenever I played FIFA, this is when I used to play FIFA, even Pro, but when I used to play FIFA, and I was playing with my friend and I was England, I was like, my gosh, man, these guys, the ease with which you could tackle guys on FIFA using either Rio or Terry was amazing. And whenever you played England on FIFA, you couldn't get past them. You literally trying to dribble past Rio or Terry on FIFA was impossible, and it was as easy as flipping pick and pie to tackle those dudes, man. So I think, okay, what do you guys saying? Dessier and Blanc, cool. And see, I call Dessier one of the great central defenders. Are we really going to call Laurent Blanc one of the great central defenders? Don't think so. Campbell, Gilberto, no. VVD and Gomez. Bro, we're talking about the greatest central defensive pairings. VVD, Gomez, VVD, Matip, they're not in this conversation. We're talking about the greats. The greats. Let them end their stripes before we can call them one of the greats. Nesta Cannavaro, big time. Nesta Cannavaro, big time. Big time. But I still wouldn't... I still put Lucio Samuel and Terry Ferdinand ahead of them. So I'd say Nesta Cannavaro, like... You see, because Maldini played on the wing. I know there was a time when Maldini played in the center for a while, but I think Maldini played more so on the flanks. I think right back, or was it the right back that he played with? So it was mostly Nesta Cannavaro. So Nesta Cannavaro, which was quality, I'd put them third. I'd put Nesta Cannavaro third. Rio Vidic was big. Rio Vidic was big. But I still wouldn't... put them in that. Nah, I wouldn't put them in the conversation of the greats. So I'll say good, but not one of the greats, man. Yeah, so yeah, okay, he played left back before centre back. You see, Chiellini and Bonucci, were they really a pairing? It was always a three. Chiellini, Bonucci, and Basale. So I think that was only the three. For how long did you see Chiellini and Bonucci play as a two? Not that long, because for most times, Allegri opted for the back three. Um, Otamendi and Dimichelis. If you want to go for break the defenders, Otamendi and Dimichelis for sure. Um, what was the guy saying? Yeah, I mean, no. Who's done Morgan, bro? Get the hell out of here, man. Um, Roque Junior. What the Roque Junior? Otamendi and Stones, man. Oh my gosh, bro. Vertonghen, although so no, see, I mean, no, there was a point when Vertonghen and Alvarado were pretty good. Nowhere near being on an all-time greats. Nowhere near being an all-time greats. But with regards to Premier League, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. You see, like best now, if we want to say best Premier League defensive pairing, it might be Rio Vidic. Cavalier Terry was pretty good. Adams, I think wait, Adams and Soul played together, didn't they? Correct me if I'm wrong, or am I smoking crack? Did Sol Campbell and Tony Adams play together as a pair? Um, or was that another one? But yeah, no, yeah, I think Premier League all time and Rio and Vidic. Because those guys, I mean, like, because they had a great understanding. That's why even after they even left, actually, that's why they even became such close friends and everything. So those guys were coolio. Um, you see, Puyol Ramos. A lot of people would argue that why don't you give a shout out to Puyol Ramos? But thinking about Spain, I would never call them. I can never call those guys a great defensive team because I think the team defended. A lot of the defending was really done by Puyol and Ramos, or Puyol and Pique and everything. I think the defending um, was really part of the entirety. So yeah, no. Rio and Vidic are not in the GOAT conversation, no, because GOATs, Lucio Samuel, Nesta Cannavaro, um, bro, Turam and Cannavaro in Parma was quality. So again, if you guys are old enough, um, Turam and Cannavaro at Parma was quality. Actually, wait, no. Sorry. Turam was a flank defender. Sorry, mistake. Turam was a flank defender. Was Nesta at Parma with Cannavaro? I mean, now that's interesting. Like Rio and Vidic, would they be in the GOAT conversation? So, do Rio and Vidic belong in the same conversation as Rio, Terry, Lucio Samuel? Because when I just think of greats, I think of Nesta Cannavaro, I think of Rio Terry, I think of Lucio Samuel, and I think even with Lucio Samuel, it was only really for that one season. Like Terry and Helen had quite a few years where they were really saying what's up. So, hang it. But again, okay, look, I mean, yeah, I mean, Rio Vidic, perhaps you could say because those guys were very good, and I think a lot of United's success, a lot of their success was built on the foundation of Rio and the Vidic saying what's up, you know. But they only won. Actually, they only won one CL though. So if they were that good, why didn't they win more CLs? You know. But yeah, that's quite an interesting. But it's just just to round this off, my number one all time defensive pairing is Rio Ferdinand, John Terry. Second, I'll probably say Nesta Cannavaro. No, no, no. Nesta Cannavaro. Pick Nesta, pick Cannavaro. Then I'll say Lucio Samuel. Lucio Samuel. Boom. All right. Yeah, Stam was alright. Yeah, Stam was alright, man. Then I think they turned the defense. I don't know who was the right back. Left back was Grosso. It was Nesta and Cannavaro, but Nesta got injured, so then it was then Materazzi then replaced him. Who was the Italy right back? Zambrotta. So it was Zambrotta, Grosso, Cannavaro, Nesta, then Cannavaro, Materazzi. Yeah, that was the back four. That was the back four. Because remember Zambrotta, like I think he hit the bar in the in that game against Germany in the semi-finals, man. Van Dijk. So when people talk about this whole thing about Van Dijk, Van Dijk is not yet even in the conversation as one of the greats ever because he's got a lot more years to really roll through and he needs to do a lot more. So Van Dijk shouldn't be in the same conversation as Rio, Terry, Nesta, Cannavaro, Desai, Baresi. He's not in that conversation, so don't. Can he? 100% he can. He can definitely get there. But I think that, we have to just look at how his season plays out because I think it's only been like a few years where he's really been playing at a very high level. And some may say, I'll be real with you, some may say, and even Liverpool fans have come out and said that, probably the best performing central defender of the past 6 months for Liverpool has been Matip. And Matip has probably been better than Van Dijk because Van Dijk has been having a few lapses in his concentration. But I think it is because Van Dijk is a quality defender, very like an excellent reader of the game. But it is very, very disrespectful, extremely disrespectful to already try and put him in the same conversation as some of the greats. Like he's not yet touching Rio Ferdinand. He's not yet touching Nesta. He's not touching Cannavaro. He's not touching Desai. These are the greats. These are the true greats, man. So, come on, man. No. Let's be real, man. But yeah, look, man, guys. Next week is gonna be tight. Okay. You know what? I've put out my review of Terminator Dark Fate. Stop making Terminator films. Stop. I'm tired. I'm pissed off. I don't want any more Terminator films anymore. No more. I'm done. Please stop. Because see, I don't want to spoil it for guys, man. Because obviously it has come out this week, and I think in American and everything, man. But I don't want to spoil it for guys. But these guys pissed on Terminator 2. You don't get to piss on Terminator 2. You don't. And as I finished watching the film, I was like, what was the point in this film? That's what I want to know. What the hell was the point in this film? Bro, Joe, don't watch it, bro. Like, skip it. Like, for me, I can't recommend it to watch. And also, what the hell is Dark? What a cheesy name for a film, Dark Fate. So I just I say, look, it's the best film since Terminator 2. But that's not saying anything because the other films were horrible. That film was flipping horrible, man. So I just think for Dark Fates, it just felt very pointless, and it was as if like, why are you doing this? And I think what I just came to realize is that there is nowhere to go after 2022. Like T2 was such a great ending. It closed the story off so well. And the key thing is this. This is the key thing that people are missing out. The guy who flipping created it hasn't even made a film since yet. He's just been cashing in checks from the films that have been made. So he's been getting money from the profits to pretty much fund his after thing. James Cameron knows that this is a done deal. James Cameron knows that it's finished, but he's like, wait a minute, I'm gonna get pretty much free money for some other dudes just to make stuff from the franchise. Like, fair enough, knock yourself out. So yeah, look, it's a mess. It's a mess. Like, there's no point. There's no point. There is completely and also no point. So for me, it would just, and look, I know people say that I'm being sexist and so forth and everything. This whole female Terminator, female machine thing, all that. Give me a break. Give me like she's like an augmented machine and stuff, and it's like, oh, relax, all tough and everything. Sarah Connor was cool, but it just felt so flipping stupid, man. It just felt really flipping stupid. Lacazette isn't world class. No, he's not. Very good player, very very good player. Really really talented. Slightly underrated. I would say that he's slightly underrated. But is he world class? Nope. Nope. I cannot give him. I cannot in good faith give him the title of world class man. So I cannot do that, man. But yeah, that whole dark fate thing was just, it would just flip. It was flipping stupid, man. Completely honestly stupid. Oh yeah, and in other news, Brexit. So England are still. They were supposed to leave the EU like I think 6 months ago, and they still can't leave. you know, they still can't leave, and all of these issues were brought about because some dumb, thick-headed idiots who still believe in the British Empire voted for Brexit because they feel like, no, England are far too great. You're an island, by the way. You're an island. Oh, we are the empire. We don't need you. What better? We're great. You're a flipping island. A flipping mother freaking island. Okay? You have no empire. This ain't the 1800s anymore. You're an island. Okay? So act like one. you know. Oh, interesting. Oh, worst football player decline you have seen? That's a nice one. Worst football player decline you've seen? Decline. Gosh, that's a good. There's a. I I have a name. Torres, Dele Alli. These are Torres, Dele Alli. Come on, don't say no, man. Um. Oh no, 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 oh no, no, no. Also there's a decline, but you're talking about the worst decline, as in for a player who was amazing, and it might be Torres. It might be Torres. It might, it might be Torres, bro. It might be Torres because Torres was, you could argue, one of the best strikers in the world. In the world, probably the best 1v1 finisher in the world at a point. So to go from there to being literally class A garbage, boom, and it's just so weird because it's like it's literally happened the moment he just made the move. It's one of the where it wasn't like a gradual thing where like okay, like he had an injury or during a season and was gradual. The moment, because I remember seeing his debut for Chelsea and first of all just seeing how weird it was, him actually wearing a Chelsea jersey and everything. And when that happened, I was like, whoa, jeez, man, like damn. And then it's like you're looking at the open goals that he missed, the amount of times that he went without scoring, and then when he then went to AC Milan as well. So yeah, man. I mean, no. Torres was no. I think that is the worst of the decline. Shevchenko's was bad, not as bad as Torres's, but Shevchenko's was bad. I think Shevchenko went from being a great striker to an average striker. Torres went from being a great striker to a brick. But like he was crap. So like I don't think there's a worse decline. I don't think there's a worse decline from. You could argue an upper tier 2, borderline tier 1, an upper tier 2 striker to a class A brick. You know, yeah, no, it was no, the guy. Yeah, look, maybe he was just wearing that Chelsea jersey or something. I don't. Something happened. Something happened to that dude, and then he just became crap. You know. Yeah, man. I mean that was just wild. That was just freaking wild. Um, you know, because and it even goes to show, man. It's like look at that. Spain were able to win that 2010 World Cup and the 2012 Euros without a peak Torres. So imagine if they had both a peak Torres and a peak David. Because I literally like Spain had arguably two of the best strikers in the world at the time in Villa and Torres, and we have to even have another conversation about David Villa. David Villa, underrated, very underrated, because his contributions for both Barcelona and Spain were huge. He pretty much almost carried Spain to that 2010 World Cup win. You know, like that guy was hustling. You know, that guy was scoring key G's. You know, and I just don't think that he gets enough appreciation. You know, from people. I still don't think that the guy gets enough appreciation. But now David Villa was money, man. No, bro, he was underrated. He was underrated. I think he's a lot. I don't see his name said enough. You know, like I don't really see his name brought up enough. You know, but that like he really had a bad game, and he came up with many clutch moments, man. He made up with many clutch, and for me, like Torres's peak was greater. David Villa's career was better. Villa had a much better career than Torres. Torres could have had an amazing career, but I think David Villa had a much more better career than him. Because when you look at what Villa did for Barcelona, what he did for Spain, and how he maintained pretty much a high level till he went to the Emirates, that was quality. Torres' level just dropped. It's plummeted. So that was quality, man. You know what? Thank you that you brought that whole Spain thing. Because you know, I've always said this, man, that football was in the what I call in the sad ages. You know, in the true sad ages during from '08 to 2012. Damn. from '08 to 2012, they were in the sad ages because that Spanish dominance was horrible. And this is my thinking. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Spain. A win is a win. And to win 3 major trophies is huge. How good were the opposition back then? A very young German team. A Netherlands team that, yeah, they made the final. They were not that great. Are you going to compare that Netherlands team to the 98 team or to the 70s team? France were a non-factor. England were underwhelming. So It's like the opposition wasn't great. Brazil were doing that whole crap counter attack stuff with Dunga. They were not that great. Like that's like that tactic that Spain had needed a team who knew what they were doing with individuals. And I just think that the rest of the teams were just not that great. So see, that's what like I give credit to that Spanish team, but at the same time, I'm like, bruh, the teams you played were not that great. I mean, even look at the Portuguese team that they played back then. They were not that great. They're not that great. You see, like for me, I just say like for England, this is what I said about England is like England could have a really amazing team, and I always use this as example because whenever there was this TV show that Rooney did about street football players. So where school kids just came together and just did some street football on this show that Rooney had, and these guys were really good. English boys, young English boys, and these guys were really good, really skillful, doing all of these tricks, great technique. So really just ask one of them that, so why don't you take 11 aside? And he said that 11 aside isn't fun. They take the fun away out of 11 aside. So many talented English players just stop doing football seriously and just carry on playing five-a-side or playing in the park. Because in England, the focus is on winning, not enjoying the game. So when you're very young, they just focus on winning, not actually enjoying the game and improving the technical aspects. Because when you're 8, 7, or 9, the focus should always be on playing quality for football. That's the thing. The famous should always be on playing football. Super chat here from Mr. J Jones. J Jones, thank you for the super chat, bro. What do you think of K Dembele Arsenal links? Now, who is K Dembele? That name rings a bell. Is that the Celtic dude? Oh, so first of all, how old is he now? You say Karmoko Dembele. How old is he now? Isn't this dude like 16 or 17? How old is this Karmoko Dembele dude? Okay, so all right, look. There's a thing called Google, man. Let's just Google this. So Karamoko Dembele. All right. 16. So it's good. I remember because actually I did like a little piece about him I think about a year ago or something. Great prospect. Arsenal should be focusing on getting defenders. Arsenal's focus should be on a central midfield. I mean, I'm going to release a tactical snack on Arsenal tomorrow. Like it was an exclusive on the Patreon. I'm going to release it tomorrow, where I explain about Arsenal's need for a number 10 and a central midfielder. So Arsenal fans shouldn't be excited about getting a young prospect. Key thing, prospect. We don't know how good he will be. Okay, is he going to be the next Mbappe? How do you know? He looks good. He has the potential to be. But Arsenal need to get success now, and what they need are ready-made 26, 27, 28-year-olds, specifically in defense and in central midfield. So I think Arsenal fans don't even get excited about getting a flipping fetus, man, because you have much more important things to worry about, man. You know, more important things to worry about. Yeah, look, for me, I think that's the thing. Like, everyone is the next Messi. Everyone is the next. Let guys just prove themselves, man. Let all these dudes just flipping prove themselves. It's like, come on, man. It's like, when Messi, you know it when you see it. You know it when you see it. When we saw Messi for the first time, everyone knew that, yeah, this is the dude. This is like when he saw someone who was 18, 19, and he was doing crazy stuff against Chelsea, beating two defenders. It was like, my God, like this is the guy. This is the guy. Like those players were This is a guy as an individual who can win games by himself, who can beat one, two, three, four. Like, you have to understand how anybody who's played football, you have to understand it is very difficult to beat one player. But to beat multiple players consistently, that is God level stuff. That is God tier stuff. So we knew when we first saw Messi that, yeah, this is going to be that dude. And it is similar to Mbappe. Mbappe, as I feel like, just once we saw Mbappe for Monaco, it was like, no, this kid's different. And with Mbappe, it's even scarier because as good as Messi was, we're like, no, this is a very talented young dude who we know is going to grow to be a great. But see, Messi at 18, Messi at 19, was he considered one of the best in the world? No, he wasn't. Messi was never in the conversation as one of the best players in the world at 18 and 19. He was like, no, this is the guy to watch out for. Bro, there was something about Mbappe when homie was 17. 18, 19, homie is on CNN. Homie has a WC medal to say what, you know. So, because see, my worry of Mbappe is if he gets injured. I always have that. I have that recurring nightmare that he gets a long-term injury and it derails everything, and that would be a disaster for football. It would be an absolute disaster for football if that happens, you know. But yeah, look, Mbappe is that dude. So for everyone else, yeah, you know, chill. No one cares about Freddie. That was just American hype, man. Okay, Freddie. So they really tried to sell us on Freddie Adu somehow being that dude, man. Yeah, I think I had that say Trent. Say what's that about? So Trent said the best player he's faced is Rashford, but remember he may mean on a one-on-one battle. So did Trent ever face Messi on a one-on-one battle? Does he ever face Aguero on a one-on-one battle? I don't think so. But if when he was playing Rashford was out wide, then yeah, you know, maybe it makes sense. Maybe. Whoever said I don't rate Scholes? I've always rated Scholes, bro. I've always rated Scholes. You know, I've always rated Scholes. No, look, I say the best. It's so crazy. I can't remember the challenge manager that it was because I used to play this one with my friend, and I always choose crap teams on Football Manager, and I think we chose Ancona. And the youngster we had, Montolivio, this guy was quality for us. Like basically, as I was me and my friend, we called him the prodigy because this guy, I think, in that version of Challenge Manager, I think he was like maybe 16 or 17, and he was flipping amazing. But I think the best young player in Challenge Manager was Saviola. I can't remember which one it was, but there's one version of Challenge Manager where if you had Saviola, the guy ended up being like the best player in the world. You know. But yeah, man. No, look, that game is crack cocaine. You know, crack cocaine. Like it is the most drug-infused, addictive game there is out there. Also, putting this out there, guys, because I just want to just do my bits for the movement. Boycott Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. Boycott that crap. I am begging you. I'm saying this again. Boycott Star Wars: Rise of Breakwalker. Boycott. Do not watch that Star Wars film in the cinema. Don't do it. Do not do it, man. So, but yeah, man. Look, man. So Wednesday, Chelsea Ajax, man. Whew. That game's gonna be big. That game's gonna be big, man. Yeah, man. I've lived in England for how long now? For over 20 years. I've lived here since 1998. I think about England is this. I've always said this is about England is like it's England has some racist people, but also has some of the most sensible people in the world and the most grounded people in the world. Like two of my best friends are two white English dudes. You know, so two white English dudes. I think about England is this is that England could be so much more if they just told the royal family to step to the left. This is the home of Gary Oldman, Daniel Day-Lewis, J.K. Rowling, Roald Dahl, so much stuff. So many talented people. George Michael, who I rank as the best white male singer of all time. So if England just really cultivated and cared about the talented people in this country, I mean, they could do wonders. Like for me, like who, like for when you look at the royal family, you were just born privileged. You didn't earn it. You were born privileged. Gary Oldman, Daniel Day-Lewis, Jacob, these are true artists. These are true talents who earned their talent. These are the guys who should be praised. So why are you praising a flipping royal family and not praising a Gary Oldman? Not praising a Daniel Day-Lewis, a Roald Dahl, a flipping J.K. Rowling, a George Michael. You know? So that's my thing, man. Um, hey, actually, so Joe, what town are you from? Because I went to school in the countryside where I was like the only black dude in my school. So you know how that went down. Hey, yeah, man. You know how that went down, man. Oh yeah, let's say so. Why don't I have the accents? Choice, choice. Because obviously, I can obviously use the English accent if I do say so. Please, so if I go into an interview, I can talk like this. If I want to present myself in a way in which to get a job for a said kind of workplace. If I want to improve or just to try and impress the job or the employer who wants to hire me, I can use this accent if I so please. But it was by choice. I said, what, I want to keep my identity. I want to keep my Nigerian identity. So I said, what, I'm just gonna keep this Nigerian accent, man. So I was like, cool, man. Oh, no, look, man, that accent was amazing, man. Come on, that accent was quality, man. Yeah, thank yeah. Accent was quality. I miss Tyson Fury on the WWF. Don't call it the WWE. Call it the flipping WWF. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the highlights of that later on, man. And I'm definitely gonna watch the highlights of that. Um, I don't know what the highlights of that, man. It's very funny you say that, Mr. Levi. Freddie Mercury was not white. Freddie Mercury wasn't quintessentially Caucasian. Freddie Mercury had some Indian in him. He wasn't quintessentially white. George Michael was fully white. Well, I can is Greek white? Yeah, but George Michael was quintessentially Caucasian. Freddie Mercury was not 100%, and you can even see it in his face. Freddie Mercury was not 100% Caucasian. He had some Indian in him. He had some Indian in him. And yes, Freddie Mercury is top five singers of all time. Easy, 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 easy top five singers of all time, man. Easy. Oh no, no, I mean no, like Freddie Mercury, no, no, like his singing was on another. Like for me, the best singer, male and female of all time of head, Whitney Houston. You know, for me, Whitney Houston goes numero uno for me. You know, Whitney Houston goes numero uno for me, man, 100%. Like for me, I've always said, look, there's Black Mike and White Mike. That's what I always said, you know. And I don't mean it, but I grew up with Black Mike. Like, White Mike is from bad onwards. And White Mike made some great tracks. Let me not lie. White Mike made some great tracks. But for me, Black Mike is who I connect with. So Thriller, Off the Wall, Jackson 5. Black Mike is who I roll with, man. So because you know, and I know Black Mike was just on a different, like White Mike was greater. Black Mike was better. See, that's it. Black Mike was better. White Mike was greater. So actually, what's it called? I was actually reading something on Twitter, and they said that every single Christmas, Mariah Carey basically earns ridiculous amounts of money because every single Christmas, everyone plays her Christmas, everyone streams her Christmas song. So literally every single Christmas, Mariah Carey would just look at a bank account and be like, all those streams going up because everyone plays that her thingy. I mean, like Mariah Carey can hit a note that no one else can hit. Don't you even dare ask me because there's no way I can even hit that note. But Mariah Carey just hits a crazy note that no one else can hit. So it's yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, look, that's what I always say. Look, man, I mean, so see, music has changed now. Music has definitely changed. Like, there are some good artists out there. Speaking of which, it's like Kanye West. Why do people care about this dude? Like that airplane karaoke thing that he did with James Corden now, that was cool. That was very cool. And the way that they sang and how I thought that it was actually on a flipping plane, that was cool. But why do people still care about this dude? Like, Kanye West, I'm sorry. You're not Leonardo da Vinci. You're not this great artist. You're an average to brick rapper. You're an amazing hip hop producer. Key thing, hip hop rap producer. You're no Quincy Jones, where Quincy Jones is a musician who could delve into different kinds of music and could actually compose music or orchestral scores. So why do people treat Kanye West like he's this great, amazing genius, man? And his shoes ain't that great, bro. And guys, let's bring up this dude. Okay, let's do this right now. Let's have this out right now. Let's bring up this flipping dude's this discography. So Kanye West discography. Right. Let's do this right now. You see, why didn't they put that thing in flipping order, man? Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's do this right now. So, let's rank these right now. So, college dropouts, quality. Late registration, quality. Graduation, quality. 3 classics. 808 and Heartbreak, nah. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the most overrated album of all time. That clown, Chris Rock, said, oh, this is a masterpiece. Jesus, garbage. Life of Pablo, yay, crap. Jesus King, not very good. So, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 albums, 3 of his albums are quality. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6 ain't it. And that's just being true. That's just being true. Like, maybe it was when he got with Kim Kardashian, but after he go with Kim Kardashian, it wasn't very good. Like, there's some good songs on some of those albums. Like Flashing Lights is amazing, but we're talking about albums. Nah. He only has 3 quality albums. So, no, and if people were to say those 3 albums are classics, bro, go for it. Like, those 3 are quality. Quality. Now I'll tell you about Drake, because I wasn't that much of a Drake fan. I wasn't that much of a Drake fan. But do you know the album I listened to the most? What's it called? Thank Me Later. No, Thank Me Later. Thank Me Later. That is a really, really good album. That album is underrated. That album is underrated. And you know what I say? Ghostwriters. See, that's the thing about Drake. The ghostwriters thing shouldn't harm him, because Drake's quality wasn't about him being the greatest rapper. Maybe for other people it's different. For me, when I look at Drake, he is a musical act. It's the rapping, it's the singing, it's the song composition, it's the ability to construct a quality album. Like, if I had Pheromone had ghostwriters, that would break my heart. If I had Nas had ghostwriters, that would break my heart. you know, if I had Kendrick Lamar had ghostwriters, that would not break my heart, because those guys are known as rappers. They are quintessential rappers. Drake is a musical star. He's a musician. So ghostwriters or not, it doesn't take anything away from those albums. Like Thank Me Later is a really good album. That is a really, really good quality album. I know another album, and this album is sort of part of my, another good quality album, Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. Limp, yes, I said it's Limp Flipping Biscuits, man. Bro, in 2000, man, that album took over that entire year. I don't know how many people listened to that album when it came out. When that album came, and the funny thing that, okay, that album came out in 2000. 19 years later, that is still a quality album. That is still a quality. I think about, like, it's just fun. The album is just fun. Like, it doesn't take itself seriously, and it's just an exciting quality rock album. So no. I've always like that thing, man. Well, Fred Durst directed a film starring John Travolta that was apparently horrible and crap. So, I don't really know what to say about that. But yeah, see, Kanye West, his strength is he's a great producer. That has always been his strength. Quality producer. Not even his own stuff, other stuff as well. He's not that great a rapper. He's not that great a rapper. Like, his rapping just worked really well from those three albums, because, like, he never really overstretched himself, and he just had a nice pocket that he was able to dance with. But beyond that, nah. You know? Nas doesn't have a good discography. I'll say that right now. Nas does not have a good discography. 100%. He does not. Um, but the problem is this: it's like a cheat code. Jay-Z trounces Nas's discography, because Jay-Z has the greatest discography of any rapper that has existed. But the problem is this: Nas has the greatest rap album of all time. So it's a cheat code. Illmatic. So he can release as much crap as he wants. Nobody will ever be able to make an album as good as Illmatic. Illmatic is a classic. So once you make an Illmatic, that sets you for life. That allows you to walk into any club, walk into any room with your chest and head held high. So, bro, what are you going to say? What the hell are you going to say, man? I want to talk about that dude, actually. So Dean Classic. So thank you for the $2 super chat there, Mr. Dean Classic. It says, play Beethoven's Symphony. Now play Puppety Scoop. You see, I think that is like Kanye sort of just saying, I can literally release crap and garbage and you'll still buy it. Like, Puppety Scoop, Scoopity Poo Poo, Puppety Scoop. Like, I think Daniel was even playing back some of the lyrics he had. Some of these guys' lyrics are straight garbage. straight bona fide garbage. And I think Daniel was even saying to me that like during his early days, he like, and this is not like Kanye had ghostwriters, so he had people helping him write. And who did he say? Yeah, I think like Consequence and some other people actually helped him write. And once he didn't have the rights and we were all by himself, which is why because Kanye West, you're not a rapper. You're a producer. You're not a flipping rapper, bro. Ludacris is an amazing rapper. I'm talking an amazing rapper. From a technical points, Ludacris is an incredible, amazing rapper. The thing about Ludacris is that he doesn't rap about anything. If Ludacris actually made an album about something, my God, this guy would be one of the greatest rappers ever. He's rapping. Listen to Ludacris freestyle. Listen to a Ludacris cipher, or listen to when Ludacris does that thing with is it Big Tigger or something? His Ludacris, his flow is insane. His flow is flipping insane. Nah, man, the dude's on another level, bro. On another flipping level. You're on crack. It was written, it's done better than Illmatic. You're on crack. You're on crack, bro. Um, oh, and by the way, I don't know how many of you people guys are fans of this. I don't know how many of you guys are fans, but Rage Against the Machine are gonna be reunited. For me, the best rock band of all time. Easily the best rock band of all time. Easily the best rock band of all time. Like, those guys, the best rock band of all time, amazing. So it's gonna be a lot of fun having those guys back. So yeah, guys, man. So this weekend of football, I mean, I don't see many shocks happening this weekend personally. All the teams that should win should really win. So I think all eyes will be on Arsenal against Wolves. It would be really crappy if Chelsea didn't beat Watford. I mean, that would suck. Watford being bottom of the table, losing to United in midweek. The first team will be back, trying to just maintain that winning thing, especially going into the Ajax game. I just think it would be great psychologically if Chelsea could just get that win and that go through. But Arsenal Wolves, man, that's going to be a really good game. So I think I'm going to watch that game. I know that's the 3 p.m. game. So obviously you look at Bournemouth thingy, then thingy. Southampton are not beating City, bro. Come on. Nah. City, like if City want to chill, 2-0. If City want to be ruthless and harsh, it might be a baptism. It might be a baptism. Bro, I tell you, like, I like all genre of music. So on my playlist, let me even pull up my playlist. Let me pull up my title playlist and I'll tell you how varied my musical tastes are. Like, I don't tie myself to one genre. So let's look at my albums. So Pheromone, Eternal Affairs, Michael Jackson, Off the Wall, Black on Both Sides, Mos Def, The Avengers Endgame soundtrack, Reasonable Doubts, Jay-Z, Illmatic, Nas, Big Pun, Capital Punishment, In Search of NARD, Redman, Ducks the Name 2000, Sir Shino Peters, Experience, the Mass Effect soundtrack, Halo Combat Evolved soundtrack, Halo Reach soundtrack, Halo 3 soundtrack, Halo ODST soundtrack, Joe Budden album, Chocolate Starfish, Hot Cliff of the Water, Limp Bizkit, Captain America soundtrack, House of Pain, Truth Crushed to Earth, Creed, My Own Prison album, Prophets of Rage, Man of Steel soundtrack, Stone Temple Pilots Core, Soundgarden Super Unknown, Stone Temple Pilots Purple, Kellis Wonderland, George Michael, Faith, Audio Slave. That Audio Slave album is amazing. Fun Loving Criminals, Come Find Yourself, Filter, The Amalgamates, Puddle of Mud, Come Clean, Her, I Used to Know Her, George Michael, Patience, Jamiroquai, Synchronized, Quality. Synchronized Quality. Jamiroquai, Traveling Without Moving, Queen Latifah, Black Rain, Cannabis, my club, Cannibals 2000 BC, the internet hive mind. So yeah, very, very varied, man, and very, very. So yeah, like I just like good music. I just like good music, man. I just like good music. If the music is good, I'll listen to it, man. Um, Actually, no, that's yeah. I mean, I have no. Yeah, there's no country music. I mean, there are a few country singles that are good, but yeah, I'm not really into country that much. But again, I'm not being into country. But if there are any country singles that are out there, yeah, then I'll listen to them for sure, man. For sure, for sure. Oh, all right, guys. Last 5 minutes, man, of this 2 hour breakdown, man. Wow, damn. I'm gonna get back to some Star Trek Next Generaciones. Dubstep is too quick for me, man. Dubstep is too quick for me. Oh, the Ajax game is on Tuesday. It's the Ajax game on Tuesday. Let's check this out. Um, Chelsea. Yep, it's on Tuesday. The Ajax game is on Tuesday. Wow. All right. Big, big time, big time, big time, big time, man. Um, huge game. If Chelsea win that, see, if Chelsea win that, I think they top the group. I think if Chelsea can just find a way to top that group, and I think because Chelsea know that they can beat them. Chelsea know that they can beat them. So if they just carry that same performance that they played against Ajax, but the weird thing why I said to forward is Ajax are actually better away from home. They're better away from home, and I think they won their last game. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky, man. You man, Janovan, man, you can't flood the live chats with the same old thing. But yeah, Sergio, man, good work, bro. Good work, bro. The best Star Trek series is Next Generation for sure. Star Trek Discovery is trash, and I think watching Next Generation proves to me why Star Trek Discovery is trash, essentially trash. But my favorite captain is still Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk. Bro, I'll tell you this right now. I'm not if this may sound crazy. I don't really listen to reggae, and I don't think that Bob Marley is that good. I think Bob Marley is overrated. I don't think it's that good. I've listened to other reggae singers who make better music than Bob Marley. You know, so I just don't think he's that good. You don't impress me much. Should I tweet, man? You don't impress me much. Oh, super chat says so. Thank you for the £2 super chat, Pasha. How do you rate Javi as a coach? Has Xavi been a coach yet? I don't really know whether Xavi's been a coach, but if Javi would be a coach, I think he'd make a very good coach because it's similar to how I think Zidane is a really good coach, but not a great manager because of the way that he played the game and the knowledge that he can infuse. Imagine the kind of knowledge that Javi can infuse upon the midfield. You see, like Javi would be a great. See, if I was Javi and I was going into management, surround yourself with a great staff, a great defensive staff, a great coaching staff. But I just think that for Javi, the way in which he saw the game and in which he understood the ways in which to play as a central midfielder, thinking 4, 5, 6 steps ahead, I think the kinds of instructions and points that he could give to players would be dynamite. Would be absolute dynamite. Same thing of why I believe that Bart Simpson, aka Lamb, would be a very good manager. You know, if he obviously surrounds himself with the right people, he'd be a very good manager. So I think there are particular players who make really good managers, and I think You see, like strikers don't make good managers. I think when you're looking at central midfielders, central defenders, even keepers make really good managers because they come from a very psychological point of view. Look at Pep Guardiola, central midfielder. Dino Zoff, goalkeeper. Carlo Ancelotti was a central I think was it a defender or a midfielder? I think it was a midfielder. I think Ancelotti was a midfielder. Who are the other ones out there? I think who are the other quality managers who are also very good players? But that's like not many great players make great managers. That's just the thing. Like Ferguson, Mourinho, Klopp didn't have great playing careers, but I think the best, the positions which translate into really good managers, midfielders did, defenders, man. Those are really the ones, man. Yeah, Pochettino was a defender. Was a defender. Um, oh yeah, so Javi is in Qatar. All right, guys, it's time for me to say adieu and goodbye. So I, unless something crazy happens on Saturday, if there's a shock, then we'll probably have an emergency live show if something shocking happens. But I don't expect it to happen. So on Saturday, obviously, watch for my post match analysis and reviews and so forth that will be happening throughout the day. And of course, Sunday is when the hangout is going to, of course, pop off. And remember, if you haven't already, in the link below for this new month with the new stuff coming in through, try and become a Patreon. Support your boy by donating an amount each month. Become a brick, become a first team player, become a star player, become a horseman, and support your boy HH, and also gain access to extra content as a thank you for your lovely support. The link for that is in the description box below to become a patron. Guys, it's been swell, it's been good. See you guys later. Peace.